Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We join Clark, the smartest and strongest of all of the Githyanki and Vlaakith army inside of Kresh-Yalek. We've just been given the go-ahead to head into the central chambers to talk to the man in charge and tell them that we have the artifact that Vlaakith has been searching for. This is proving to be a very exciting episode if things go the way I think they will. So as always, thank you guys so much for being here. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And let's not forget, on November 4th, we are raising money for the Arnold Palmer Hospital in Orlando, Florida to help sick kids. 24-hour stream, twitch.tv/MFPallytime. I hope to see you there. And without any further ado, let's open the door. I'm feeling better today. Can you tell? I could certainly tell. Hey, Astarion, are you still playing back here? We need you, bud. As our party reaches the Inquisitor's chamber, we see the Inquisitor of Vlaakith in front of us in the center of the room. He has 2 guards, it seems, on each side of him, and 2 guards watching the door here as well. Clark just kind of observed that as he was walking and noted that down, just in case. Always rolling for that perception, you know what I mean?
Our esteemed guest, please approach. We have much to discuss.
We have much to discuss. Before the esteemed guest moves forward, Astarion's just going to stay here and continue to practice his tunes. Oh, that might actually cause them to move towards him. I didn't think about that. Lae'zel is going to walk side by side with Clark. And I think Gale might find some interesting maps over here that he might like. Oh, the guards are so easily distracted. All right. I do have something you want. I'm on the way. Hello!
My Arden spoke of one of our kin that escaped a crashing Gale slave vessel.
2 of your kin.
Vlaakith's justice in flesh.
You have accomplished much, child. I am pleased to finally meet you. I heard there is so much goblin blood on your hands that it soaks their children's nightmares.
Yes, there is.
I suspect you plucked something precious from the Gale ship. Something our queen has been looking for. The weapon. Give it to me.
Don't do it. The weapon is how I protect you.
Well, we're going to completely ignore that voice.
Voice speaks. You must obey.
I completely agree, Lae'zel. I am going to give them the weapon. We do have a Githyanki option here, though. Is the Gale incursion not more important?
You mean the grand design? The restoration of the Illithid Empire? Why, it is of the utmost importance. But the weapon is the solution. I have heard it directly from Queen Vlaakith herself. It is how we will stop the Mind Flayers before they destroy us all. Hand it over.
And over. We could just keep going in with these Githyanki choices. I really like that. I thought the grand design was a Gale philosophy, not an actual plan.
The grand design is what all Gale seek. The restoration of the Illithid Empire, which spanned the entirety of the multiverse. For centuries, their elder brains sought to bring back their dominion. Every plot they hatched, we stopped.
Good.
But now they are close to succeeding. Never before could they pause ceremorphosis. Never before could they let the infections spread undetected. This is what we have all been training for. You saw the thralls gathered on the Gale ship. It was a vision of the future. Luckily, our queen is here to guide us. She will lead us to victory. So, the weapon. Please.
He did say please.
Don't give it to him.
Sorry, who was that? That was definitely not the voice of Vlaakith. Produce the artifact.
No.
So it is found.
That is so bright. Can we Vlaakith!
Vlaakith Gorg Shkathzai.
My queen. Shkathzai.
You are permitted to look upon me. You are invited to kneel.
Of course, my queen!
This queen has spoken. You will obey.
I'm just frozen in awe, great Queen Vlaakith. Kneel before Vlaakith, your queen.
These attendants you keep, you taught them well, my child. My Lae'zel.
She's been a grand teacher.
Zala Vlaakith. You know me.
Erlon of Kalir speaks most highly, as did Alchaya before her. You seek purity. I may yet grant it. Child of Gith, you carry what is mine. Do I call you loyal servant or thief?
Loyal servant, Queen Vlaakith. Here. I am at your command, my queen. The artifact is yours.
Extend your fealty one step further, and you will be rewarded beyond your mortal reckoning. That weapon you carry, the astral prism, it is corrupted.
I will cleanse it for you, my queen. Tell me how.
There is someone inside. Their mind is warped, broken, a blight. They are an agent of the Grand Design, sent to sabotage the astral prism. Our last defense against the return of the Illithid Empire. As long as they live, the prism is compromised. Kill them! Do this, and I will cleanse you and your allies. Do this, and ascend!
Ascend!
Ascension. My queen. An honor gained. A burden borne. You must accept. Refuse, and you will know my fury.
It would be my greatest honor to obey, Queen Vlaakith.
Use the Planecaster's power to enter the artifact. Be wary of the creature's lying tongue. Cut it out if you must. Wargas, they are not to leave until it is done.
As you say, my queen.
Shma Zala Vlaakith. We will not waste a second.
I immediately lunge for the Planecaster.
Don't do it.
Are you sure you want to do it? Yes!
Heat pulses out of the astral prism as it begins to flower. Your mind burns hot with excitement.
That is so cool, dude. Even though this is like the 4th time I've seen this area now, I still love it.
A feeling of belonging stirs within you, a fold in reality, a pocket of the astral plane.
Boundless. Timeless. Like every dream that ever was stitched together. It is home.
We have astral gravity now, which simply means that we can leap around without the effects of gravity really coming into play. Inside of here, there's dead Githyanki already laying on the ground. They have some pretty big potions as well. There's a few crafting reagents we can get here too, but the main place we're trying to go is kind of through this ring into the beckoning cave. But we still get a phenomenal view of what's going on close by. And don't you worry, we'll get a better look at that in the future. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. So it was that we were free from Gake shackles and turned our blades on each other. The heavens were shattered, and one great empire was divided in two. Gith traveled to the Hells to broker help for her people, her cause. Vlaakith would have you believe Mother Gith proclaimed her queen. Lies! Vlaakith sacrificed the Great Mother to Tiamat. The price for the dragon, our Kithraki now ride. Whoa. So Tiamat is the god of dragons, and the mother of all Gith was sacrificed to them by Vlaakith, according to this piece of, I was going to say parchment, but this Githyanki disc. But Gith had nurtured a son, Orpheus, Prince of the Comet, the true heir. He knew Vlaakith's treachery, knew his mother's sacrifice. He rallied the Gith's honor guard and declared the throne for himself. The War of the Comet had begun. We saw the comet kind of scribbled onto that portrait of Vlaakith inside of the creche. We saw another of the discs on one of the monks that died, on one of the Githyanki that died in combat. The tale of Orpheus seems to be spreading, even though it is forbidden. And if what we just read is supposed to be believed, then Vlaakith is not the true heir of the Githyanki. Let's go into the beckoning cave.
So you came, in spite of all my warnings. Disappointing.
Do not cloud my judgment. My task is clear.
We will talk in private. Just the two of us.
I wish I could say, oh, I can. I'm not leaving my companions behind.
Suit yourself. But only the leader of your group is coming in. I will not allow anyone else.
If it must be so, it must be so. Do not fail me. Do not fail us.
I will not. Follow the voice in.
I may have made a mistake, trusting you. I told you to stay away from the Githyanki. But you just couldn't help yourself. Could you?
Well, I'm a Githyanki, and you're a Githyanki.
And now... you've come here to murder me.
Yes. For glory from my queen. Queen Vlaakith told me that you were an agent of the Grand Design.
I told you I stole the artifact from someone. Well, I stole it from Vlaakith. Since then, she has become desperate. Vlaakith wants me dead because I know her secret. It is a secret so great that if her people ever found out, that would be the end of her rule, the end of her. That same secret is how I've been protecting you from the Absolute. I can hear your thoughts. You think I'm lying. Vlaakith warned you that I would try to deceive you. But consider this. What reason have I to deceive you? I want the same thing as you. Freedom.
What reason do you have to deceive me? You've been manipulating me!
I have been since the very beginning.
On my side, Kachuk! Oh. My queen asked me to kill you. I have no choice. You have to die. Got a little excited about it, though.
I really thought you wouldn't. We could have been so much more. But you had to choose this.
What is this treachery?
So, you are not to be trusted. I don't intend to make a habit of conversing with my killer, so I will be brief.
I stab again.
Your survival depends on mine and mine on yours. It's less than ideal, but it is where we stand. I know a secret that Vlaakith never wants to be revealed. It is the reason she mobilized her people to retrieve the astral prism.
Right, you already touched on that.
It is why she sent you to kill me, and why she will kill you once you leave this place.
Why would she kill me?
Since we are both dependent on your ability to survive that, you would do well to remember that without me, you would become a mind flayer.
No! I am more powerful than the
I
tadpole!
have a battle to return to.
Speak. Have you killed our queen's enemy?
I tried, I stabbed it in the heart! I learned a few things. Our queen is lying to us. Oh. Well, that does coincide with the things that I found on the ground. Lae'zel, we might need... Lae'zel. What if Vlaakith is using us?
Vlaakith does not lie to her faithful. Open your mind. Show me.
I will.
Your mind tingles. Lae'zel seeks entrance.
Open your mind. I am an open book to Lae'zel.
Your thoughts become one. She sees the truth of your confrontation in an instant.
Vlaakith Tafkinazin. I see only madness. My queen knows my faith. She would never condemn me. We must go to the Chirai. He will summon Vlaakith. She must know of this apostate.
Maybe we can come up with a plan there. I agree. How do I get out of here? Convenient!
Lae'zel, I've been waiting.
Speaking to Lae'zel.
Hashalak, bend your head, for my blade is ready.
Chirai, please, summon Vlaakith. There's much...
Irrelevant, Gake wretch. The queen has spoken. Your death is decreed.
That was sudden!
You realize what Lae'zel doesn't. Whatever the outcome of your visit to the astral prism, Vlaakith had no intention of letting either of you live.
Fah! Oh, and combat has begun.
With me, to the death.
Astarion focuses on a hypnotic pattern in the central doorway. If this works, it'll catch 3 of them. It has. Oh, Astarion. He's then going to kind of back up and watch over the battle with the Song of Power. There's no need for that to be that dramatic. So everyone that's hypnotized is going to be missing their turn. Psychic Rend is being used. That could do a lot of damage. Gale snaps his finger and counterspells it. We want to stay ahead of the curve here. Misty Step being used by the caster to reach the top of the room. I see. I'm going to leave them there. We're going to see Kalark rush to the left. Let me make sure all my passives are still on. They are. Kalark rushes to the left. The Ardent on the side of the room receives a punch to the face for a lot of damage. A lot of damage. I kind of don't even want to use another punch on this guy. Okay, one more. Then, I'm going to start moving towards the back of the room. With any luck, the Inquisitor stays in this mind-controlled state for a little bit longer. Do I want to use a key point to get up there? I think that's a little too much for me. Now... Oh, I take it back. Kalark feels reinvigorated again, and he moves up the left side of the room towards the raider that's hypnotized, smacks him in the face, and then does it again. Moves towards the other, and does a flurry of blows that will topple them to the floor. Oh my God, Kalark! Damn!
My favor.
Gale is just going to run up the stairs and hopefully get away from anyone else who might be trying to do him harm, although there's not many of them left. The hypnotized does stay. We see Lae'zel jump to the high ground and swing on the Ardent, missing her attack. She swings again, connecting for quite a lot. Let's go ahead and action surge, and we'll do this one more time. Fantastic. Now Lae'zel, holding the high ground, is going to not do anything with her turn. With the violin of Astarion still just bathing us all in bliss, I'm going to go for a toppling attack onto Kithrik Wawarzag. He is dropped down. Now we have advantage on our next swing, and our next swing, and our next swing, and our next swing.
I'm glad you came to your senses. Now leave, before the others come for us.
Bro, that was handled perfectly. Oh my God. Kalark was just a blur of green zooming around the room and a flurry of punches that brought nearly everyone down. That was awesome.
Vlaakith. Vlaakith. I have wielded your fury as a blade, roared your wrath as a dragon. You promised ascension. Yet I crawl among my own people, low as an asp's belly. Shkageth! I followed your path. What good? This heart of stone, for it to be shattered.
Oh, man.
She tests me. A trial of faith. Kalir prepared me. Only the heaviest souls soar to the astral.
Lae'zel.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I might gain Vlaakith's favor yet.
No, dude. We're enemies of our own people now, Lae'zel. This can't be undone. You have to see this.
Silence! I must think.
And think she shall. However, on this body, we find a potion of angelic slumber, a Githyanki greatsword, a circlet of psionic revenge. I was thinking about giving this to Kalark initially, but I think we're going to give this to Lae'zel. Maybe, who knows, maybe it'll help her think more clearly. Elegant chest also here in the corner. Inside, we find, while concentrating on a spell, the wearer's weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 psychic damage. We're also giving that to Lae'zel, and she is immediately going to equip it. What happens if we try to leave this way now? Do you think they're really going to let us just walk right out of this place? No, the path ahead is blocked. Wolves barring our path. We see a very familiar hypnotic pattern. Oh my God, Astarion! How do you get away with that? That's everybody. Well, no one's going to be moving on their turn. I guess it is possible that they passed their checks. So far, so good. We're going to see Kalark run straight up to the commander of the creche and toppling attack. Follow that up with some punches to the head while she's on the ground, and she has been taken down. The wolf next to us, completely hypnotized, doesn't even acknowledge that anything has happened. We see Gale move up, and a fireball begin to form in his hand. As he hurls it forward, he's going to hit everyone in front of him, except for Kalark. Cutting words makes it hit harder, and the wolves in front of us are now very, very weakened. Kalark gets hit for 19 damage.
People seek my head. If they will not see sense, then bleed them dry.
If they will not see sense, then bleed them dry. Wow. We are going to see Lae'zel move forward, a misty step being used to reach the other side of the group. And I was hoping I could take half a step forward and do a big knockback here. Man, I'm literally one step too far away. 70% chance to hit this. Do we have our great weapon passive on? Let's bring it up to a 45. Let's see if it connects. It does. He's down. We're then going to use our bow on one of the dogs, taking them down. On Astarion's turn, he fires off his hand crossbows. And just like that, the path has been cleared. Now, we may be enemies of the Githyanki right now. Soulbreaker Greatsword. Oh, well, that thing is good. We might be giving that to Lae'zel just a moment. But if we continue down this path, it means killing every Githyanki we have seen. And don't get me wrong, they are weak compared to Kalark, and that does seem to be the Githyanki way. But perhaps there is another way of leaving this place. If we have seen the truth of Orpheus, perhaps they can be turned to the truth as well. There is a room here that looks like it's mostly being used for storage. However, I mentioned, and we passed the perception check. I mentioned that there was a book that was very important to us, but I wouldn't tell you why. This is why the book was important. One of these statues needs to face
Lathander blesses the rising, bountiful sun.
the east, which just means rotating this Lathander statue all the way around. The other statue needs to face the west.
The statue starts to rotate,
Damn thing
but its
jammed
rusty
shut.
mechanism jams
Won't turn
stuck.
like this.
See what happens if I punch it. We almost broke it, but that punch was enough to loosen it up
The statues reveal the hidden door.
and open the hidden door. Everyone climbs through, and it seems as though there's a larger door waiting for us on the other side. There is a crystal powering a door here that we're going to have to break down if we want to move forward. Astarion right now is the only one that could reach it without a spell slot, so we'll let him do it. He's then going to sneak into the next room and attempt to turn off this trap called a Dawn Breaker. Needs 14 to get that done. We roll a 26. However, the crystal protecting that door doesn't necessarily need to be broken. But if we did want to break it, it's right here. I mean, it's better for everyone else if it is broken. There's another trap on the other side. Let's see if we can disarm that. Another 14. We do with a 25. Wow, look at those rolls. Now I should be able to shoot this crystal, if it'll let me. Perfect.
Over there.
One more crystal blocks our path, but it is down here on the side of the cliff. With all of the doors broken, our entire party can now move through. Journal update, find the blood of Lathander. That is a legendary weapon sitting on this pedestal right here. It could be within our grasp if we would like to have it. It seems as though the amulet is excited to see it. I want to have Kalark pick it up while everyone else moves to the side of the room. There is a crest panel as well as just grabbing the blood. I'm going to use the crest panel and I'm going to insert the Dawn Master's crest. This is what we looted for completing the weapon challenges upstairs with all the ceremonial weapons on the pedestals. That is the key for the lock. Don't mind if I do. What, do you think something else was going to happen? That's kind of weird. Kind of weird you thought something else was going to happen.
Very well. What a heavily guarded treasure.
Guys, if we need to leave the crest, we don't need a way out. We just teleport.
The better the protection, the better the prize. The monks must have treasured this.
Is that such a
The monks
surprise?
must have.
It looks powerful enough to level a mountain.
I thought it would be really funny to give the blood of Lathander to our vampire for really no reason. Just so he could have some more blood around and maybe not have to use mine any longer. Is he proficient with maces? It seems as though he is. Okay. I mean, he never really moves into attack stuff anyway. This does give him access to the very powerful sunbeam. Also, any undead that walk near him should be blinded. He just looks so regal, too. Look at him. We'll get an opportunity to try out that weapon very quickly. I teleported back to the crags at the start of the zone. After the monastery's over, that's really all that's in this area, except for this one pile of undead up here on the cliffside. I don't think I'm going to be able to mesmerize these guys, but I could do a Hunger of Hadar right here, and that would do some pretty good damage. However, let's not overcommit just yet. I'm just going to move up. Let's put down some rough terrain over here, and we'll do our best to play around that. Kalark does have a ranged weapon. Let's see if we can deal damage with it. Just hitting these ghouls for what little I can. Oh, that was a hamstring shot. I meant to just shoot. All right, that's not too bad. I noticed... Oh, I have the radiant damage from the Moon Lord's radiance. For a moment, I thought that was my passive fist damage applying to the bow. That is not the case. As these undead make their way down the hill, they're going to be hitting this rose flower bed that Astarion grew. They're going to have a very hard time moving past that, even with all of these dashes, which means they're grouping up really, really nicely for a fireball, but unfortunately we don't have that. We can move up on Gale and see about firing off a disadvantage, really? It's too dark? It's too dark? What? Hit it with a thing. Come on, Gale. Come on, Gale, what are you doing? Okay, you can hit that one. That's okay with me. They have a lot of temporary HP. That does add up quite quickly. But we'll go ahead and end that turn right there. Lae'zel could just move up to the side of this, and I don't think she needs to do too much else. Let's just let these guys approach. We could have fired off some shots with the crossbow, but again, I'm not that worried. I do wish they were able to get a little bit more ground because I would love to punch the crap out of them. Here's what we're going to do instead. Astarion's going to move up closer, blinding them in front of him, and fire off a sunbeam at 4 of the undead in front of us. With cutting words, of course, 2 of them are immediately vaporized. The one in front of us has just a few HP remaining, and the shepherd was brought down to half health. Kalark now moves up. We're going to punch this one. Beautiful. I'm going to toppling attack the next one. He's dead now as well. And let's see about just doing another punch to the gut right here. Now, I am in a difficult terrain, so it won't really be feasible for me to move away. And I didn't want to do a bonus action disengage there either. Immune to nauseous as he summons in more enemies. We will shoot with Lae'zel's bow this time. There was no reason not to last time. And we'll fire off 2 shots on the zombie that was just summoned. I expect that wouldn't feel too good. We are then going to do a level 2 Scorching Ray. Ooh, that ghast on the right has a lot of HP. Let's move up a little bit and see if we can really nail this guy. Says disadvantage once again because it's too dark here in broad daylight. Hey, not bad. We even got that electrical charge damage in there. That lightning charge damage in there a little bit. I don't hate that. That's all Gale's going to do. Maybe back up just a little bit more. We now see Kalark inside of a field on fire. He starts punching. The first one gets taken down. We're then going to do a toppling attack on the next ghast. And as he falls, another swift punch to the kidneys, or where the kidneys would be on the shepherd in front of us. Astarion then pulls out his hand crossbows and fires off 2 shots from just outside of the flames, and we end our turns. The shepherd moves out of the range of Kalark, which means we get an opportunity attack. And then he reses another shepherd. Hey, that's actually a pretty good play. We're going to use Lae'zel and her bow to focus that shepherd down, dealing great damage with that ring, adding some extra damage in. We'll go ahead and stop here. Not the new ring we got, the one that just does a little bit of caustic. I'm going to do 2 on this guy, 1 on the guy in the back. Looks like I didn't overkill that. I was worried that I was. Perfect. And now Kalark moves up and hits very, very hard. That's going to do it for today's episode, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Kalark smashed the opposition inside, and suddenly Kalark's faith in Vlaakith seems to be plummeting. However, Lae'zel thinks this is a test. Will that cause any problems with our party dynamic? Whoop! Whoa, don't go there. Don't go there. We shall see. We got a lot of talking to do next time. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you. See you again soon. November 4th, 24-hour charity stream.